Avengers 2 not feature Thanos? Why did Iron Man have to make such a big deal about being in the other two films when we all know he was just going to agree for more money anyways? Why is Ultron the default villain? Why does it make sense that Ant-Man comes after, even though in theory it shouldn't? Why does the talking raccoon get his own movie before the guy who's actually able to turn every Avenger into a joke for 3 panels before Spider-Man ends up killing him, which actually kind of explains the point of this video, but I'm going to have to get more in-depth than that because I still have to do the video because I'm about to do this. Cue title scene. Welcome to Why, where I pose the big questions about the big movies. Or in today's case, continuing to bring up the news that came out of 2013's Comic-Con. Now, even though DC and Warner Brothers won the Comic-Con undoubtedly with Superman and Batman movie news, definitely silver and second place, and most importantly, more relevant, goes to Marvel and Disney. They announced the Avengers 2 title, Age of Ultron. Now, why do I say this is more relevant? Because I have more faith in Marvel than Warner Brothers. Now, everybody keeps claiming, it's Superman and Batman, it'll be the highest grossing movie ever, everyone will love it, it'll be the greatest thing ever. Come on, let's look at their track record. Man of Steel was controversial, 50-50 critic approval rating. Dark Knight Rises, even though the crazy Nolanites out there would make us believe it's the greatest movie ever, still, realistically, a lot of its interest was torn. Dark Knight, as history's gone on, we realized maybe it isn't so great. And the thing is that, realistically speaking, I don't have a lot of faith in Warner Brothers and DC because they have not delivered consistently. Because of this, I just don't really think we should all be going so crazy about this when if it fails, it's only going to ruin things more. But Marvel has consistently delivered on goodness. Yeah, Iron Man 3 had a couple problems. Yeah, Iron Man 2 wasn't that great. Yeah, it feels like Iron Man seems to be the cause of these problems. But the thing you can't ignore is that it's still been a lot better than, say, Jonah Hex. The thing is that Marvel has delivered consistently again and again. And because of this, I have more faith in them even though I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Why? Because that's how this works. It's the job of the film studio to keep me interested. If we all just assumed that Avengers 2 would feature Thanos and it would be the Infinity Gauntlet, what would be the fun in that? We wouldn't be taken by surprise. Now, true, this has negative consequences. Case in point, Spider-Man 3. Everyone expected Harry Osborn to be the villain, so Sam Raimi thought that he could throw in a monkey wrench by introducing Sandman. Then the studio thought the monkey wrench should be Venom, and it just didn't work. But if you do this correctly, it might double the interest. Now, could Avengers do better than Avengers 2? Doubtedly. The Avengers is a novelty thing that only is ever going to work exactly the same way once. You need to up the ante. Now, one of my big things when thinking Avengers 2 and Thanos was I thought that meant Spider-Man. Thanos, you know, even though yes, he's an Avengers villain, and he has done a lot with every character, he's kind of it. He declared Spider-Man his greatest enemy. The two have a real great moral conundrum. And of course, like I said, the Infinity Gauntlet comic ended with one of the most legendary endings ever. You know, Spider-Man actually coming close to killing Thanos. I won't spoil how exactly, because obviously Spider-Man can't kill, how it is that all ends up being, but it's too iconic to screw up because of legal rights. Does this mean that Spider-Man will be Avengers 2? Probably not at this point. What does this mean for Avengers 2? We will see. Here are the things we know for certain. Ultron will be the bad guy. Since Ant-Man won't be introduced until later that year, realistically, most likely, Ultron will have been created by something else. Because in the comics, Hank Pym, Ant-Man, created Ultron to be the ultimate AI, to be life symbolized in robotics. Why? Because Hank Pym is the kind of guy who's fascinated by anything. You know, he wonders everything. Everything is scientific to him. But that's not going to translate well in these films which try to be grounded and realistic. The thing is that, honestly, you know, people are going to look at Ant-Man and they're going to see, wait, is this guy supposed to be a biologist, a chemist? How does that make him a robot builder? This is the best option, even if it might, you know, piss some fanboys off. And they're rightfully to do so. When we go into these comic book movies, we all have our own idea of what they should be. But we shouldn't always be so inclined to judge them and assume we know everything. I have faith in Joss Whedon because he's delivered so consistently. I have faith in Kevin Feige. I have faith in the cast. Now, all that really has been confirmed, Whedon confirmed this, Hawkeye will play a big role in the movie. Is that good? Is that bad? I think it's a good thing. Hawkeye and Jeremy Renner even said this, did not like how little he was used in Avengers. Even though, yes, he played a big role, we never got a feel for him. He was the henchman, he was the good guy later, but we never get a feel for him as a character. This will most likely be that, seeing as he's not appearing to show up in any of the Marvel films leading to Avengers 2. That is, it might be a good thing. We'll see how everything turns out. As for Ultron, what could happen? Most people are thinking that Tony Stark will inadvertently create Ultron. I've heard one idea that maybe Ultron's voice will be Jarvis, somehow turned evil. All these things could work, but we have to wait. We've got Thor 2 coming out. Apparently a trailer for that at Comic-Con. I did not get to see that, but it looks amazing. The Captain America 2 footage looks great. Guardians of the Galaxy, I have faith in that now. So if there's anything we have learned from all this, believe in Marvel.